Dear students, in this video we are going to discuss some of the most important current affairs of recent days. So without further ado, let's begin. So the first news is from the arena of Olympics. So you know that Olympic is a such a prestigious event that questions related to Olympics are very important from competitive point of view. So as you know that recently Olympic has been concluded in Tokyo. So let us see few important facts related to the recently concluded Olympic. So first things first, where was this Olympic held? What was the venue? So the venue was capital of Japan, Tokyo city. What was the motto of Tokyo Olympics? So this can also be asked as slogan, motto, both more or less would mean same in this context. So motto or slogan of Tokyo Olympic was united by emotion. Fine. Now question may be asked that how many teams participated. So a total of 205 teams participated in this mega event. Now why 205 teams? If you know, if you have been following our videos, if you are a regular subscriber of Vidya Guru, so you know that the United Nations has recognized only 193 nations. So if there are only 193 nations on this planet, then how come 205 teams participated? So this may come to your mind. So let me tell you something. There are a few disputed geographical territories which are not recognized as countries, but they are separate entities on their own. For example, Palestine, Hong Kong, all these are not countries. Fine, but still these entities or these geographical territories are recognized by International Olympic Committee. So these type of geographical territories also participate. That's why the number of teams participated are actually more than the number of recognized countries. So that's a separate story. Now let's begin. So now coming to the medal tally. So India achieved its best ever performance in Olympics. So this is the best performance of India in the history of Olympics. So India finished on 48th spot. So 205 countries were participating. Actually 206 countries were supposed to participate, but North Korea pulled out of this. So if a question may be asked that which of the following countries did not participate in Olympic, the answer would be North Korea. North Korea pulled out because of pandemic issues, corona. Now coming to the performance of India. So India finished on 48th spot and it won a total of 7 medals. So you know, from competitive point of views, India's performance you have to study in depth. So 7 medals of what denomination? 1 gold, 2 silver and 4 bronze. So you can see a geometric progression here. So it will be easy for you to remember. 1 2 ka 4. So 1 gold, 2 silver, 4 bronze, because these type of questions have been asked in previous years. Now coming to the performance of other countries. Okay, we now know that India ranked 48, but what about the global ranking? So United States finished first. So United States won a total of 113 medals. You don't have to remember the exact denomination of medals won by US. You just remember the final tally. 113 medals. Second spot was taken by China. And third spot was taken by Japan. Fine. So first US, second China, third Japan. India's position 48. Now coming to India's performance. So India won a total of 7 medals. So each and every medal can be a potential question in the competitive exams. So let us see the breakup of all these 7 medals. So you can pause this video or you can take a screenshot. So 7 medals, 1 gold. So this you cannot afford to forget, that this is the first gold won by an Indian in athletics event. Athletics. So Neeraj Chopra did the miracle for India. He won the first ever gold medal in athletics. which event is he associated with? So he is associated with javelin throw. So I am not going to elaborate further on the other medal. So you can pause the video, you can take a screenshot and you can memorize this. Now moving to next news. So recently our Minister of State for Culture. So who is the Minister of State for Culture? So recently there has been a cabinet reshuffle. Meenakshi Lekhi has been made the Minister of State for Culture. So Miss Meenakshi Lekhi represented India in the G20 Cultural Ministers meeting. So where was this meeting held? So this meeting was held in Italy. G20, group of 20 developing economies, developed and developing economies. So G20 group. So you have to remember who represented India and what was the venue. So venue was Italy, India was represented by our Minister of State for Culture, Miss Meenakshi Lekhi. Next question. 36th edition of CORPAT Navy drill, Navy military exercise drill between India and Indonesia took place recently. So CORPAT stands for COR. COR means coordinated. PAT, patrol. So coordinated patrol is a joint navy drill between the navies of India and Indonesia. Where did it took place? So it took place in Indian Ocean region. Which vessels participated? So these type of questions are also asked. See, when we make these kind of current affairs videos, so Vidya Guru takes care that nothing more, nothing less. We don't unnecessary details are not included. So each and every detail that you see on your screen, you have to remember that, memorize that, because these videos are based on the pattern of previous year papers. So in this kind of military exercise, also the name of the participating vessel is important, at least from India's point of view. So which Indian vessel participated? So INS Saryu. From Indonesia's point of view, KRI Bong Tomo participated in this navy drill. Next news, after almost 56 years, India and Bangladesh resumed their freight services. Now what is freight services? Train used to carry goods are known as freight services. So after almost 56 years, why? Because in the war of 1965, Indo-China war, this train line was cut off. So that time Bangladesh was not even formed. So that used to be East Pakistan. So after 56 years, again this route, train line has been resumed between Haldibadi of West Bengal and Chilhahati of Bangladesh. So last year in December, Prime Minister of India and Prime Minister of Bangladesh, they had a hotline talk, and this is the outcome of that hotline talk. So you have to remember. So what kind of questions are asked? That Haldibadi Chilhahati train line links India to which neighboring country? So the answer would be Bangladesh. Next news, Najib Mikati has been chosen as the next Prime Minister of Lebanon. So you have to remember the name of the person, country's name and designation. So he has been chosen as the Prime Minister of Lebanon. So where is Lebanon? So Lebanon, is it in Asia? Is it in Europe? So let me, comment below. So where is Lebanon situated? Asia, Europe or Africa? Let me check your geography as well. Next question, Nikol Pashinyan was reappointed as the Prime Minister of Armenia. Fine. So Nikol Pashinyan was reappointed as the Prime Minister of Armenia. So you have to remember the name of the person, name of the country and designation. Also comment below that where is Armenia situated, in which continent? So Armenia is the neighboring country of Russia. Next question from our neighborhood, Min Aung Hlaing has been chosen as the interim Prime Minister of Myanmar. So you know that few months ago there was a military coup in Myanmar, and democratically elected prime minister was, you can say there was a coup, was overthrown, and she is now under house arrest. So now the new prime minister, interim prime minister, is Min Aung Hlaing. Min Aung Hlaing. Now Min Aung Hlaing is the military chief of Myanmar. So military has overthrown the democratically elected government, and now the military chief himself has been appointed as the interim prime minister. Next news. So government of India has launched Safal assessment framework for CBSE students. So this was recently inaugurated or launched by our Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi. So this new framework is, the concept behind this new framework is that to do away with rote learning. So the motive is that students should not memorize and pass exams. So memorizing something is not a hallmark of intelligence. So a new kind of assessment framework has been introduced. So this framework will be used to access or assess the performance of CBSE students in more than 25,000 schools. Next news. Government has cleared, or you can say announced, the quota in medical seats of all India category. Let me explain you what this is all about. So in 1986 an all India quota of medical seats was formed. So all India quota. Earlier what used to happen, that a student of Tamil Nadu could not take admission in a medical college of Rajasthan. So an all India quota was formed, so that a student from one state can also take admission in colleges of other states. So that was the concept of all India quota. But in this all India quota there was no reservation. Now Government of India has introduced reservation in this all India quota. So 27% reservation for OBCs and 10% reservation for economically weaker section of our society. So this is for medical seats. So next news, Prime Minister Modi has launched a new digital payment platform. So this is called e-Rupee. So what is e-Rupee? What is the concept behind e-Rupee? It is a digital payment platform. Now how will it work? Suppose government has to transfer, this is government has to transfer some money to a person or some beneficiaries. So instead of giving direct cash, instead of transferring direct cash, suppose this person has to be hospitalized, and this person is covered under some government scheme. So now government will not pay cash for hospitalization. Instead what government will do? Government will send an SMS or QR code on the person's mobile. So person will receive a QR code. The person will go to the hospital and show that QR code. So hospital will encash the money. So this is, you can see, contactless digital cash transfer platform. So this is the concept of e-Rupee. Next news, state level news. Let us see some state level news. So next news is from Odisha. The city of Puri, Jagannath Puri in Odisha, which is also known as Temple Town of Puri. Jagannath temple is there, you must be knowing. So Puri has become the first city of India to provide 24 hours quality drinking tap water, 24 hours round the clock. So if you talk about other cities, there is also facility of tap water, but the time is fixed and limited, maybe from 8 in the morning to 12 noon, or maybe 4 to 7 in the evening. But Puri has achieved 24 round the clock. Any hour of the day you switch on your tap, water would be coming. Next news is again from Odisha. So capital of Odisha, Bhubaneswar. Very good news. Bhubaneswar has become the first city to achieve 100% vaccination against COVID. So you can say that if as per the government data, all the citizens of Bhubaneswar are vaccinated for COVID. Next news from Rajasthan. So government of Rajasthan has recently launched a scheme known as Mission Niryatak Bano. So Niryatak in Hindi means exporter. So this scheme is basically meant to promote export. So with the help of this campaign, the government aims to help those local traders who want to go international, who want to sell their products in international market. So it will help promoting export. So dear students, before I proceed any further, I would like to make a humble request to all of you. So if you like this video, please hit the like button so that we get the feedback. If you do not like this video, please tell in the comment section below what can we do to improve the quality and nature of this video, or if you like us to make videos on any particular topic, so please write that in the comment section below as well. Now dear students, so this is the website of Vidya Guru. So I would like to request to all of you that if you are preparing for any competitive exam, be it SSC CGL, be it banking exams such as IBPS, PO exams, or be it state level service commission exams, or maybe LIC. So Vidya Guru offers you course specifically designed for that exam. Now Vidya Guru is unlike other institutes. What other institutes do is that same course material they use for different exam, but that is not the case with us. For each exam we have specifically tailored made course, nothing more, nothing less. Also, what sets us apart as compared to other institutes is that we update our syllabus regularly. If you refer to the course material of other institutes, what they were teaching in 2017, same they are teaching in 2021 also. But that is not the case with us. Each and every year we update our study material. So we have different kind of courses for you, pen drive courses, online courses, and there is also a discount on offer. So if you are really serious about your preparation, if you have already made up your mind, so I would suggest that you should not waste your time on heat and trial. Vidya Guru is a proven solution for students to achieve success. So we have been producing consistent results over past decade. So please do visit us sometime, and you can find all the information related to the exams that you aim for. So next news is from the state of Karnataka. Karnataka has become India's first state to provide reservation in government jobs for transgender community. So this reservation is meant only for government jobs. So 1% seats in all the government jobs from now on will be reserved for the transgender community, a very welcome step. Next news, Kerala Police has launched the Pink Protection Project. Now dear students, let me tell you something in case you already don't know this. Pink, the color pink is associated with feminism. So whenever you see that a scheme has the name pink, chances are more often than not that the scheme would be related to woman upliftment or empowerment. So what is Pink Protection Project? So this project or this scheme has been launched by the state government of Kerala. So in this scheme, or the motive behind this scheme is to ensure safety of women and children in public space, so that the incidents of eve teasing, all this are reduced. So all this pink patrol will be roaming in the streets to ensure that incidents of eve teasing and harassment towards women and children can be reduced. Next news is from the state of Nagaland. So Nagaland is known, I would say rather, that Bhoot Jolakia is one of the top 5 spiciest chilies. You can see here one of the top 5 spiciest chilies. So Bhoot Jolakia is cultivated in Nagaland. Now Bhoot Jolakia is also known as Raja Mircha or King Chili. So question may be asked that where is Bhoot Jolakia cultivated, in which state of India? So answer would be Nagaland. Now why is this in news? So this was in news recently because for the first time Bhoot Jolakia, the export of Bhoot Jolakia, government of Nagaland has started the export of Bhoot Jolakia chilies to London. So that's why it was in news. So question may also be asked that Bhoot Jolakia is a species of what? So answer would be chili. It is a type of chili and a very hot one, very spiciest. Next news is from Haryana. So state government of Haryana has launched Har Hit Store. So the motive behind launching this scheme or Har Hit Store is to wipe out unemployment by 2024. Now what is the concept behind Har Hit Store? So it is basically a chain of grocery shops. So grocery shops, so in these shops, the products that would be sold would be sourced from young franchisee and small and medium scale enterprises. So it serves two purposes. First purpose is that it provides employment to youth. The second purpose is these products generate or boost micro, small and medium enterprises. So this government, which government has launched this? Haryana government. Name of the scheme? Har Hit scheme. What is this scheme after all? It is a chain of grocery shops which will be opened in every block level. Next news is from Ladakh. Union Territory of Ladakh has recently launched a campaign known as Pani Mah. Pani in Hindi means water. Mah in Hindi means month. So this is a month-long campaign to increase awareness about the importance of clean water and also measures done to save water, preserve water. Why? Because in Ladakh, water is not a luxury. It is only 20% of household of waters are directly connected to tap water. So it is a huge challenge before the administration of Ladakh to ensure that Har Ghar Jal scheme is achieved. Har Ghar Jal scheme means 100% connectivity to water taps. So this is a scheme to achieve that as well as to increase awareness among the citizens of Ladakh. Next news is from the world of business economy. Fortune Global 500 list for the year 2021 has been released. So what does this list comprises of? So this list comprises of 500 best performing companies, mostly MNCs. So in this list of 500 companies, 7 Indian companies are also featuring. 7 Indian companies. The topmost or the best performing Indian company is Mukesh Ambani's Reliance Industries Limited. So in this list of 500, Mukesh Ambani's Reliance Industry Limited has been ranked 155th rank, and there are a total of 7 Indian companies in this list. Now you should also know that which company has topped this list. So Walmart is ranked number 1 on this list. Next news, HDFC Bank has launched a Dukandar overdraft scheme. Now what is meant by overdraft? Let us discuss first. Suppose your bank account has only 10,000 rupees. So you cannot issue a check of, let's say, 15,000 rupees. There is not enough balance. So this is the concept of overdraft, that bank allows its customer to exceed. You can issue checks more than the balance in your account. So some limit is given by bank. So bank would say, we are giving you an overdraft of 20,000. So now, though there are only 10,000 rupees in your bank, you can now issue checks worth 30,000 because 20,000 overdraft facility is given to you. So HDFC Bank has launched Dukandar overdraft scheme. So Dukandar means shopkeepers. So this scheme is aimed at helping shopkeepers and merchants to reduce or to help them during COVID times. They are facing cash crunch. So now they will have this overdraft facility. Next news, Sehroj Kashif became the world's youngest mountaineer to climb K2. What is K2? Mount Godwin Austen K2 is the second highest peak in the world. Now, which is the highest peak in the world? Everybody must be knowing. Mount Everest. So K2 is the second highest peak, and this is also located in Himalayas only. So Sehroj Kashif of Pakistan has now become the youngest person to reach the summit of K2. Next news, Operation Blue Freedom has been launched by Government of India. So Government of India has cleared the sanction of Team Claw. Now what is Operation Blue Freedom? What is Team Claw? Let us understand. So Operation Blue Freedom is basically a scheme to rehabilitate Army and Navy veterans. So why rehabilitate? So Army and Navy veterans who met some kind of accident during their service period, and now they are differently abled. So now they are not in a position to serve military purposes because they are differently abled. So it is the responsibility of our government to rehabilitate them. So to rehabilitate them, Operation Blue Freedom has been launched. So question is, what is Operation Blue Freedom? It is related to rehabilitation of Army and Navy personnel who are disabled. Differently abled would be a better word. Let's not use disabled for our military veterans. They have served for so long, so they are differently able. So how will this rehabilitation take place? So now they will be provided an alternate career in adventure sports. Adventure sports. So this is the concept behind Operation Blue Freedom. So Operation Blue Freedom has been launched. Now under the aegis of Operation Blue Freedom, Team Claw has been formed. Claw means panja, hand. So Team Claw, which comprises of army veterans who are now retired and now they are being rehabilitated. So Team Claw would be sent to scale the Siachen Glacier. Siachen Glacier, the highest glacier in the world. So if this feat is achieved, it will become a new world record. Why? Because the team comprises of all the team members are differently abled. So this will be a new world record on its own. So Operation Blue Freedom is very, very important from competitive point of view. Next question, Khel Ratna Award has been renamed as Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award. So earlier it was known as Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award. This was named after our ex-Prime Minister Mr. Rajiv Gandhi. But now Government of India has decided to rename it. So everybody must be aware who Major Dhyan Chand is. So if you are not aware, then let me tell you that Major Dhyan Chand was a legendary hockey player. He was a legendary hockey player and he has won 3 Olympic gold medals for India. So this was the time when India used to be the best hockey team in the world and he used to be the captain Major Dhyan Chand. So you must know another additional fact, that birthday of Major Dhyan Chand, which falls on 29th August, is celebrated as National Sports Day. Next news, Cyrus Poonawalla has been awarded Lokmanya Tilak National Award. Now what is who is Cyrus Poonawalla? So Dr. Cyrus Poonawalla is the chairman of Pune-based Serum Institute of India. So Serum Institute of India is in news for past 1 year. Why? Because this institute, in collaboration with Government of India, is responsible for rolling out Covishield and Covaxin. So for his services towards you can say combating the effect of COVID pandemic, he has been awarded Lokmanya Tilak Award because he is the chairman of Serum Institute of India, and Serum Institute of India is responsible for rolling out Covaxin and Covishield. So he deserves this award. Next news, India's first solar ferry, that means powered by solar energy, name is Aditya. So this first solar ferry of India, you have to remember, name is Aditya, has recently been awarded Gustavo Trove Award. So this award is given by a Canadian organization. So you have to remember a few facts about Aditya. The first important fact is it is the India's first solar powered ferry. Now it where does this service is, you can say, where can you avail this service? So this service runs between Vaikom to Thavankadavau in Alappuzha district of Kerala. Fine. So next news, Priyanka Chopra, renowned Bollywood actress, now married to Nick Jonas and now known as Priyanka Chopra Jonas, has been roped in as the global brand ambassador for the Italian luxury brand Bulgari. So this is a very big news because this is a very well renowned, well respected brand globally. So now it's a proud moment for India that an Indian has been roped in to become its global brand ambassador. So dear student, that was all for this week. So we keep on updating these kind of videos regularly, so it's a humble request. So we put in lot of effort for your benefit. So if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do so, and please hit the bell icon, so that whenever we upload the next video you get notified. If you like this video, then it's a humble request that please hit the like button, so that it acts as kind of encouragement for us. And if you want us to make video on any particular topic, so please drop in your comments in the comment section below.